Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is me Aditi. I hope all of you guys are doing well. So in today's video, I'm gonna create 5 different looks using only one palette, and that is a Swiss Beauty eyeshadow palette in the shade 04. I think a lot of you guys love that palette so much, and I personally love that palette so much. So I thought, why not create multiple looks using that palette only, starting from everyday look to cut crease, a golden eye, and a smoky eye, of course. So I'm gonna create all these looks using that palette only. So if you guys want to know how I created these looks, then please continue watching. So let's start with the easiest look out of all these. This is an everyday kind of a makeup look, and this is like a one and done kind of a eyeshadow makeup look. So I'm gonna start off with this particular shade right here. This is a beautiful brown shade which has a hint of red. So I'm just gonna pack that all over my lid space, as you guys can clearly see, and then I'm gonna take that lightly close to my crease as well. So the pigment should be the highest where close to your lash line, and as it's going up close to your crease, the pigment would be much lower. And once that is completely packed there, you can see the pigment of these eyeshadows. These are extremely pigmented. So once that is nicely applied, I'm gonna take a clean brush and I'm blending the edges so that the edges are softer and nicely blended, and I'm pushing that in upward direction. And I'm gonna apply the same shade close to my lower lash line as well, and at the same time I'm just gonna lightly blend that right there. Now you can stop here only because this looks amazing, but I want a little bit warmth in this look, and that's why I'm taking this beautiful warm orangey shade on my brush, and I'm just gonna apply the tiniest amount of this on my crease. So this is instantly gonna make it a little more warm, and I personally love warm shades, and that is why I'm applying this. But this is not mandatory. You can actually just apply one shade all over and just blend it nicely and be done with this look. And here's the finished look, you guys. I absolutely love how this look has turned out. I love these kind of makeup looks. I personally wear these looks every day. Actually not every day, but whenever I'm going out, this is something which I personally wear. And I'm not applying any falsies because this is very subtle. So I want to keep this very subtle. So I just applied mascara with it and it's done. Now let's move on to the other look. So here's the look number 2. This is a really beautiful warm golden eyes. So to begin with, I'm taking this beautiful orangey shade. This is a really nice orange, warm orange shade. So I'm gonna apply that on my crease area, and then I'm gonna just at the same time blending it. So you want to start off with very little amount, and as you go you can build it up according to your choice. So that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm just taking a very little product at once and then lightly building it up and blending it at the same time. Once that is nicely blended, I'm going to take this another orange shade. This one is much darker than the previous one. So both of these are orange, but the previous one which we used on our crease is much lighter. So it's gonna give a really beautiful nice transition. Again, I'm applying that on my crease area, as you guys can see, and on my outer corner as well, and at the same time blending it out and pushing that in outward direction and upward direction. So it's gonna give a really nice lifted eye look, and you just want to blend. That's the key of a nice looking eyeshadow look. Then I'm taking the darkest brown shade from the palette and I'm gonna apply that on my outer corner. Just a very little amount of this. This is not going to be very prominent, but this does make a difference, you guys. When you apply a darkest shade, a dark brown or a black in the outer corner, it makes your eye look very defined, and that's what I'm doing. Once that is also done, I'm gonna take this only shimmery shade in this palette, which is a really beautiful golden metallic shade. So I'm just gonna apply that on my lid area, starting from my inner corner till the middle part of my lid. You can use a wet brush. I'm using a dry brush, and still the pigment is really nice. You can use your finger as well. Anywhere any way you want to use the product, you can use it. And I'm just gonna apply that nicely, and once that is also applied, I'm gonna take the orange shade and blend the edges of that golden and the dark brown so that it looks really nicely blended and seamless. Applying the same dark brown shade that we applied on our outer corner, the darkest brown shade close to my lower lash line. I'm not taking that all the way through my inner corners, just halfway through my lash line, and then applying the orange shade to kind of smoke it out or blend it really nicely. And you can see I am blending the products in upward direction. That is the way your eyes look much more lifted. And you can see I have mascara on one side, and on the other side I have eyelashes. So that is how it's gonna look with and without lashes. And here's the finished look, you guys, with lashes. This is looking so beautiful, and the festival season is just right here, so I think this look is gonna look so beautiful with a lot of beautiful outfits. So yeah, make sure to try this out. Now let's move on to the next eyeshadow look. So this is the look number 3, which I would say is my favorite out of all these looks. So let's begin with this one. So I'm gonna start off with this lightest shade from the palette, and this is a really beautiful transition shade. So I'm gonna apply that on my crease area. You can see this is a beautiful warm orange shade, but very light. So I'm just gonna apply that on my crease and blending it at the same time. You just want to follow the circular motion and then just go back and forth, and that's how your eyeshadow blends beautifully. Then I'm taking this shade right here, which is again a really beautiful orangey shade. This palette is actually very nice, warm orange, brown shades. So it's all about that, and I just love warm shades. So again, I'm just gonna apply that on my crease area and on my outer V, and at the same time I'm just blending it. As you guys can clearly see that I think it's tough to actually explain everything in words, but I hope you guys can easily understand that how I am actually doing it. Once the shade is nicely applied, I'm going to take the previous brush that we applied our transition shade with, and I'm just gonna blend the eyeshadow together so that both of these eyeshadows looks nicely blended together. Then I'm taking this dark brown shade from the palette, and again I'm gonna pack that on my outer corner. So as I said, that if you apply the darkest shade on your outer corner, it really defines your eyes a lot more. So that's exactly what I'm doing, and once that is applied, I'm just lightly gonna blend it right there. Now I'm taking this creamy white kind of a shade on my brush, and then applying that on my inner corner and like halfway through my lid. And this is amazing trick. If you have smaller eyes, apply a lightest shade on your inner corner and on your lid. That makes your eyes look so much bigger and open. I just love this trick because I have small eyes, so that makes a huge difference, and that really makes my eyes look really big. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing here. Applying this dark brown shade very close to my lower lash line, again not taking that very close to my inner corners, just halfway through, and then taking the lighter orange shade that we applied on our crease and again just blending it out. I just always follow this step. The shade that we applied on our lid area, I always apply that very close to my lower lash line as well. That really completes the look and it looks very connected. And here's the finished look, you guys, with lashes. You can completely wear this look without lashes as well, but I personally just love lashes these days a lot. That makes a huge difference in the look. But you can completely wear just mascara and be good to go. I just love this look so much. This is going to look amazing with Indian and Western outfits as well. So here's the next look. This is a really beautiful golden cut crease eyes. So this is going to be a bit complicated, so if you just follow all the steps, you'll be able to get this look. So I'm going to start off again with the lightest shade from the palette, which is a really nice beautiful transition shade, and I'm going to apply that on my crease area and then blending it out. Then taking this bright orangey brown shade and again applying that on my crease area and on my outer corner as well. And you can see how pigmented this is. I just took very little amount of this, and this just gives amazing pigment. So I'm just gonna apply that just a little lower and then blending both the shadows together. Then I'm taking this a dark brown shade and I'm gonna apply that on my outer corner and also in my inner corners as well. I'm not blending it, I'm just packing the shade right there. And then once that is nicely applied, I'm lightly gonna blend that on my crease. You don't want to take more product. Whatever is left on your brush, you just want to take that lightly on your crease and then start blending it out. So when you pack the shade, it's gonna look a bit harsh because because of all the edges and everything. So once that is nicely applied, you wanna take the brush and a clean brush or maybe the brush that you've applied your transition shade with, and then blend the edges. If the edges and the harsh line would appear really harshly, that's not gonna look nice. So you wanna make sure that you blend everything together very nicely. Now I'm gonna cut my crease. You can use any concealer of your choice to do that thing. So I'm just gonna take a flat concealer brush and then start applying that on my lid area, just on the middle part, and then taking that very slowly close to my crease line and then cutting the crease. So once that is done, I'm gonna apply the golden shade on this area where we have applied our concealer. I tried applying that with the brush, but it really didn't pick that really nicely. So I applied that with the help of my finger. Once that is nicely applied, I'm gonna take the previous brush that we have applied our dark brown shade on our inner and outer corner, and gonna blend the edges together. The golden and the brown should be looking nicely blended. That's what I'm exactly doing, and then applying that exact same dark brown shade close to my lower lash line and blending it out with the transition shade. So here's the finished look, you guys, without any false lashes. I have just mascara on and this looks really nice, but I do like eyelashes a lot and that makes a huge difference. So I have applied falsies and you can see this just takes the look on some other level. But if you're not comfortable applying lashes, you can completely apply good coat of mascara, 2-3 coats of mascara, and be good to go. So here's the final look. This is a really beautiful smoky eyes. So I'm gonna start off this look with the darkest brown shade on the palette, and I'm gonna take that on a very small dense brush, and I'm applying that very close to my lash line. So the reason I'm applying this with this brush, because I want this shade to be the darkest very close to my lash line, and I'm gonna build it up because I want this to be very dark right here. And then once that is nicely applied, I'm gonna take a fluffier brush and I'm gonna apply the same shade on my lid area. So you can see if you apply with a dense brush, the pigment, and it looks very dark, and that's exactly what I wanted. So I'm just gonna pack that shade all over my lid area, not taking that above my crease, thus on my lid area, and blending it at the same time. Then I'm taking the second darkest brown shade, which has a hint of red, and applying that on top of that dark brown shade. So it's gonna make it look so much more beautiful and gonna give a really nice transition to it. I always push my eyeshadow in the outer direction and it like just in upward direction, so it really gives a really nice lifted eye look. If you don't like that, you can just leave it like that, but I personally like that, so that's why I just flick the eyeshadow just a little out. Then I'm taking the orangey brown shade and I'm applying that above all of those shades. So it's again gonna get that warmth to the look, and a really beautiful transition from a lighter brown to a darker brown to the darkest brown. So that's how you want to follow your eyeshadow looks. And again, I'm just blending with the same motion. You want to follow the circular motion and just go back and forth, and your eyeshadow would be nicely blended. taking the darkest brown again from the same brush and applying that very close to my lower lash line. Again, not taking that all the way through my inner corners, just halfway through my lash line, and then blending it out with the other shade, the orangey shade that we applied on our crease area. As I said that I always apply the same shades as I applied on the lid. I just apply the same shades close to my lower lash line as well, and just blend it out. Alright you guys, so this is the finished look. I just love how this look has turned out. I have applied falsies with this because I think smoky eyes calls for good eyelashes. So I have applied eyelashes, and nude lips looks amazing with smoky eyes. So yeah, that is how the finished look is looking. Alright you guys, so that's all what I have to do for you guys. I really hope this video was helpful, especially the festive season is very close. So if you have this palette, you can create all these looks on multiple occasions. So that's the reason that I created these looks specially. So I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and found this video helpful. If you did, then make sure to like this video and also subscribe to my channel. That's really important. So if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and also you can share this video with your family and friends if you think this video would be helpful for any of them. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, stay safe, stay at home, and I love you guys all so much. Bye.